Hey, I'm Dante,
And hey, I'm Dana.
and welcome to the Dante Show.
Let me touch you, can make it better. I'ma make you bad for it, bad for it. When I tease you, you ain't gonna wanna stop. I'ma make you bad for it, bad for it. I know you want my body and I'll make you bad for it.
Whew! What's up, Dana?
Hey, what it do? What it do? Another week. Let's go, ladies.
So annoyed by them. So annoyed. So over it. I'm tired of them broads. Hey, what up, fams? Happy Monday to you. It's the first day of March, and we're here. We're back. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's do this thing.
So go ahead and just chop it up. Let me invite some folks up in here. Go ahead and start talking. Just chop it up.
What's going on, Village? Today is Monday, March 1st. 10 more days until the greatest day in the world. 10 more days. Hey,
What
let's
day is
go,
that, Marty?
Pisces season. Hey,
What day would that be?
Hey, I didn't get to have a birthday celebration last year, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to still have one this year. But I thank God for bringing me through last year, and I pray that He allows me to see this year. So what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to do what I can. You feel me? What up,
I feel
Village?
you.
Go tell your people, call your cousins, call your family members, call everybody. Tell them that the two most sexiest men on Facebook are live right now.
We up in
Let's
the building.
go.
We up in
I
the
don't care who
building.
likes me. I take fans from all genders. Let's go. I'm trying to sell records. I'm trying to sell posters. I'm trying to sell everything. Let's go. I'm an entertainer. Let's do this thing. Let's go. Him, them, there, she, us, what? I don't care. It's a person, it's a human being, and they have feelings and they are life and they can be a fan. Let's go.
That fool said, I take fans from all genders. I don't care. I feel you, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You know, but no respect to person. No respect to person.
Not at all. Let's
Real
go.
talk.
Let's go. All
Real
money
talk.
spends. All money
I think
spends.
that, and I mean, we survived. You know, I just always keep saying we survived last year. You know, we survived last year, and if nothing else, we made it to this year. And I think that within itself is a blessing. And we got to stay mindful of the stuff that we have overcome. You know, the stuff that we have just made it through, because it's just important. But it's a lot of folks just take all this stuff for granted, and I think that we got to be mindful, man, that every day literally is a blessing. It is a serious blessing, and we gotta just live in it and realize that, you know, this could be our last day. And you think about that, it's like, Dana, if today was your last day, you know, would you die like, hey, I did all I could do in today, or would you just be like, womp womp, god dang, I died and I didn't finish stuff?
You know what? I think I will be satisfied for the most part of the life that I've been provided. I wouldn't change much. I wouldn't change much. So I think I've accomplished what was supposed to be accomplished thus far, and whatever else is going to be revealed and come to me is going to come.
Right. And that's a good way to look at it. That's a real good way to look at it. You know, and also look at, you know, Black History Month. You know, look at Black History Month, and we had our 1 month of the year, and we made it through, and that was all good. That was all gravy. But guess what? We Black 365.
All day.
We black every single day of the year.
24/7.
And with that being said, Black History Month ain't over. We still black. So we gonna shout out every single episode of Black history icon, leader, influencer, or whatever. So who we got on today? Let me see who we got on today. Boom, boom, boom. Because Black History Month ain't over. So today we got Patricia Bath. So I guarantee you a lot of folks have no idea who Patricia Bath is. Patricia Bath was born November 4th, 1942. And in 1976, Dr. Bath co-founded the American Institute for the Prevention of Blindness, which established that eyesight is a basic human right. That's the first thing. Second thing, by 1983, Dr. Bath had helped create the ophthalmology residency training program at UCLA Drew, which she also chaired, becoming, in addition to her other firsts, the first woman in the nation to hold such a position.
Wow.
Then she was the first African American to complete a residency in ophthalmology and the first African American female doctor to receive a medical patent. She invented the laser phaco probe for cataract treatment in 1986.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Cataract treatment was invented by a Black woman. She did one of the laser probes. And among her many roles in the medical field, Bath was a strong advocate of telemedicine, which uses technology to provide medical services in remote areas. And one thing we've been hearing all throughout this COVID-19 pandemic is about telehealth, telemedicine. Dr. Patricia Bath, African-American queen, woman, was the inventor of the laser probe for cataract surgery. She fought for blindness and made sure the eyesight is a basic human right. And then she was a big advocate for telemedicine. So can we get that picture up one more time? Dr. Patricia Bath is our Black History Month, is still Black History Month. We ain't stopping. She is our influencer and inventor that we want to highlight. And she passed away May 30th, 2019. So for those who may not know, Dr. Patricia Bath is someone we want to recognize on today. And Keep Black 365.
Let's go.
Period. So with that being said, y'all know what happens next. It's 8:10, and every day at 8:10, this is when Donta bows out and my boy takes over because it's time for the what?
It's time for the Dana drop. Boom. Hey, who is this guy on your screen? It's me, DNA. Some call me Dana. Let's go. It's time for the Dana drop tonight. And before we get into that, I just want to say, go please over to youtube.com// whatever one of those slashes is, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Click on the Donta Show, Donta Morrison. Click on it, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a family member. Let's go. We need to get our numbers up. Come on. Y'all go subscribe to everything else, magazines and stuff like that y'all don't even read, that y'all just want to have stacked in the corner in case somebody comes over and tries to read and do these things. Hey, go subscribe to our YouTube page. All right. And I hope everyone's in good health and good spirits during this time. Right now, I'm going to give you an oldie but goodie, but I feel in my heart that somebody needs to hear this one today. It is called Rules of Life. Rules of Life. Let it go. Let it go. We have to learn how to let things go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. Don't cry over spilt milk. When today is over, I can't do anything about what happened today on tomorrow. I have to move on. I have to let it go. Can I make it a better day tomorrow? Yes, but I'm not going to trip about what happened the day before. I have to let it go. People get on your nerves. People you don't want to be bothered with. Ignore them. Ignore them. Don't listen to other people. Live a life that is empowering to you. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't let the haters bring you down. Let it go. Ignore them. Ignore them. Give things time. Stop rushing into things. Stop trying to make your dreams and things happen overnight. Give it time. Give it time. Even with bad relationships and things like that, those things do not heal overnight. Give it time. Time heals everything. And you ever heard also give it time. Good things come to those who wait. So wait Wait. Don't be such in a rush for that business to jump off right away or for that career to jump off right away, because I guarantee you, most of you are not prepared yet. Out of the 15 people, 10 of them may not be prepared if something was supposed to happen right away and the next day. Don't compare. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourselves to things that other people have. You don't know what they had to go through to get to where they got to. I'm going to say that again. You don't know what they had to go through to where they had to get to. Some things you don't want to go through. Some things I don't want to go through to have to get somewhere. I'm not bowing down. I'm not bending over, and I'm not puckering up and kissing nothing, because I'm just as talented as the next person. And out of all of those no's, all it takes is one yes. The only person you should try to be is the person that you were yesterday. Be a better person today than the person you were yesterday. Be a better writer. Be a better singer. Be a better entrepreneur than what you were the day before today, than you were yesterday. Compete with yourself. Try to be the best you can. I'm not trying to be a doctor. I'm not trying to be better than Donta at what he does. I'm not trying to compete with Donta. I can't compete with him. He can't compete with me than what I do. So compete with yourself and be better than what you were yesterday. Stay calm. Don't get upset, especially now during this time, this pandemic. Stress is killing people. Hypertension is killing people. Stay calm. Don't worry about things and stress over things that are out of your control, that you you have no control over. Why would you get upset over something that you can't control? It's out of your hands. Why are you going to stress yourself out over something that you cannot control? We cannot control this pandemic. We cannot control what's going on. There's no reason to get upset. Just thank God that he's allowing you to see another day. Thank God that he's allowing you to still be here and fulfill the purpose that he has brought you into this world to fulfill. Whomever you pray to. I don't want to offend anybody, but just be thankful that you're still here another day. It's okay not to have everything figured out, but knowing time, you will get there. It's okay to not have everything figured out at that particular time, but just know that you're going to get there one day if you stay on the course and stay on the path of the drive that it is that you're out to set. It's on you. Only you can change your happiness. No one can change your happiness but you. You have to put yourself into those situations and those friendships and those jobs or whatever. You can only change. If you're unhappy somewhere, leave, move, go. Don't stay somewhere and not be happy. It's on you. You're the only one that can change your happiness and your settings and your surroundings. And lastly but not least, smile. Smile. It's okay to smile. Smile your way through that thing. And I guarantee you that when you finally get to where it is that you need to get to, you're going to be still smiling. Smile. That's all you have to do is smile. All right. Life is short. Enjoy it while you have it. All right. That's the Dana Drop. And I'm out. Peace.
Ooh, that was in your shot time. You had to get that off your bosom.
There you go. Yo, that lady be getting it in, boy.
I mean, I know you ain't did a drop in a while, but you said, this is my time. Hand me the mic. Hand me the mic. But that was solid, man. Hey, that was real talk. I loved how you said compete with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and you're right. You know, we don't compete with each other. We stay in our lane. You know, and I think oftentimes people try so hard to impress the person next to them or say, I gotta be better than you. But that's not your gift. That's not your purpose. That's not the lane you're supposed to be in. Right. If you are an usher, ush. right. From the choir, you just ush. That's all you do.
That's it.
You know,
go hold that door. Go hold that door. It's offering time.
And you be the greatest usher you can possibly be. So that was good. That was good stuff, man. YouTube loved it. Hey, Thanks for watching on YouTube, y'all. If you've not subscribed, like Dana said, to our YouTube page, make sure to check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/Donta Morrison. Check out the Donta Show every Monday and Tuesday. So listen, we got a nice little hodgepodge of stuff we're gonna talk about on tonight. Some of the stuff is kind of like, are you serious that really happened? Then I gotta clarify something, that I said over the weekend, and folks got all in their feelings, but I'm gonna talk about that. And then the big question, or the big topic for tonight, we're gonna talk about fear. We're gonna talk about fear, FEAR, all caps. What are some things in life you fear, and how do you deal with them? And we're talking about fear from the perspective of, do you fear getting older? Some people are terrified of aging. They're like, oh my God, I don't want to get older. I want to stay at the age I'm at, because if I get too old, I can't do the fun stuff I'm doing now. Some people have a diehard fear of being broke. They're terrified of that. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be, so they limit living because they don't want to spend a dime, because they fear being poor. Some people fear being alone. They fear being unloved. So we're going to just talk about fear. I'll tell some of my fears. Dana will tell some of his fears. And then we're going to hear some of y'all fears. Just go ahead and get up in the comments in the thread. We're going to talk about that. But before we get to our topic of tonight, I'm gonna share this story that I saw on TMZ. And I saw now, but you got to be kidding me! Come on.
Yeah, I was bugging. I saw that today too.
Yeah. So the topic is Rooster kills man during illegal cockfight. A cockfight, and this was in India. So apparently, they do cockfights. They do cockfights in America too. They did a cockfight. So the rooster killed the man in India. And what happened was the rooster slashed the man's groin. He slashed him. He slashed him in his jewels. He slashed him in his, in his manhood. He sliced him, and the man bled out. So I don't know about you, but when I see people make animals fight, I always look like, well, what happens if that animal don't want to fight and they attack you? What if they like, I don't want to fight my homie. That's my friend. Because I used to go to dog fights when I was younger. I grew up in a family of pit bulls, and my uncles would make dog fights, and we'd walk our pit bull around the corner to fight the other pit bull around the corner, that kind of stuff. So I would see the dog fight. I'm looking like, but these two dogs, they came from the same mama. They siblings. Why they got to fight? But that was just me, little soft Donta hanging with the thugs. But I looked at this cockfight, and I'm like, so y'all got two roosters. You pick these roosters up, and you making the roosters, you round them up. The rooster probably irritated already. He want to just go be with the hens in the hen house. You got on here scrapping, and the rooster attacked. The rooster attacked and sliced the man's groins. So Dana, you said you saw it. What you think about it?
My first thing is, they couldn't, nobody could get him to the hospital, or they couldn't stop the bleeding or put some pressure on it or something.
Would you go grab his groins?
I just made a joke out of it because I'm like, that's what you get.
Yeah.
You having animals fight, I love animals. So, it's just like,
but Dana, so we boys, we homies. So if we're at a cockfight and the cock slices my groin, would you come and put your hands on my groin to stop the blood from coming out and help me get to the hospital?
This is what I'll do. We'd like to welcome you all here today. Donta was a good friend, and I'm reading the eulogy. He was a good friend.
So you would not grab my groin to stop the bleeding if I got cut by the rooster or whatever. We're not that close.
Got you. God bless you. But listen, first of all,
what up, Sean?
First of all, we wouldn't be having no roosters fighting.
Well, it's a cockfight.
That either.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm just saying. I'm trying to get your take on it, but I'm
just saying. It just caught me off guard because I was like, nobody. First of all, tried to one family member or whatever. Nobody tried to stop the bleeding. Nobody rushed him to the hospital. Nobody did anything. They just let him. He bled out. Do you know how long it takes for you to bleed out?
Depends on how big the cut is. If the cut, I mean, I think it was. I think they had razor blades attached to the rooster's feet, so that when the roosters fight, when the cocks fight, they slice them with the razor blade. So the razor blade hit the man's groin.
So it may have cut. Well, when you say groin, you're not. I'm just going. You're not saying the sack. It could have hit his groin area and cut an artery, like in that inner thigh. That main artery right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have hit the main artery or something, or could have just sliced his testicles open. He just bled out. And I'm just saying, I don't know what happened, but I mean, it was over in India, and I think it was. I mean, I think it's sad because, how do you tell your kids, your dad died in a cockfight, and it's like, oh my God, my dad was fighting. No, your dad got sliced in the groin by a rooster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You mean, so if you out there cockfighting, y'all, let this be a lesson to you. Please do not make animals fight, because the animal can turn on you and they can attack you and you can end your life. All right. So those of you out there that have a cock, do not let your cocks fight.
Hello, everybody. Hello, village. This is still a family-friendly show. So I think Dante's juicing this week. So all of his endorphins may not be going to his head or whatever you call them. So yeah, this is still a family-friendly show.
All right. So next up, I just want to clarify something. So listen, on Saturday, I watched the US versus Billie Holiday. I watched it. Okay, so I watched it. And I know the whole story. I know the whole historical story. So if anybody saw the U.S. versus Billie Holiday, write in the thread, chat. I saw it. Yeah, the femoral artery. Thanks, Lot.
Thanks, Lot, friend.
The femoral artery. So if you watch the U.S. versus Billie Holiday, write in the chat. I saw it. You can give your opinion if you thought it was good, bad, indifferent, whatever. So I watched it, and I was like, okay, Andra Day killed. She embodied Billie Holiday. I think she did a phenomenal job. I am so glad she won the Golden Globe on last night. So kudos to Andra Day. Kudos to Chadwick Boseman for winning for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Kudos to Daniel Kaluuya for winning for Judas and the Black Messiah. Yeah, kudos to them. So Black Excellent all at the Golden Globes last night. All three movies were great. It was great. I think Audra deserved it. All right. So I posted on Facebook. US versus Billie Holiday is not what I expected. Audra Day was good though. Okay. Then I put underneath that, Push's Lady Sings the Blues in my VCR and pushes play. All right. That's what I put. All right. So I got inbox messages, attacking me. I got inbox messages. Folks was like, I can't believe you said that. I thought that you was woke. I was like, what is me talking about a movie got to do with my wokeness? And first of all, I never said I was woke. Yeah, I never said that. I'm educated, but I don't consider myself woke because I'm not a hotep. That's just how I look at it. So my thing was, if you can't come on social media and say what you want to say comfortably, it's like, well, how are we going to grow from each other?
Right,
Nobody
exactly.
asked me what I did not like about the movie. Nobody said, well, what didn't you like? Everybody's like, yo, the movie was brilliant. Okay, that's an opinion. That's your opinion. And I'm glad that's your opinion. I'm glad that you felt it was brilliant. Fine. I'm not hating you for that. I'm not going to combat you for that because that's your opinion. So basically, right, exactly. There are two different stories on Billie Holiday. Two totally different stories.
Yeah.
Lady Sings the Blues was entertainment. It was entertaining. Diana Ross, I think, was great. It was a good movie. Mm-hmm. The U.S. versus Billie Holiday was a totally different depiction of Billie Holiday's life because it was talking about the era and the song Strange Fruit. All right.
Right, exactly.
If anybody knows the song Strange Fruit, it's all about lynching. It's about lynching. We know that. However, what most folks don't know is that Billie Holiday did not write Strange Fruit. Strange Fruit was a poem. It was a poem written by a Jewish man. He wrote it. She sang it. All right. Now, what I did not like about the movie, Okay, what I did not like that it did not allow the novice person to get an understanding of the why. And I think that anytime you do a film or a depiction or biopic about something as pivotal as Strange Fruit and the song and all of that, there should be a why. To me, the movie lacked the why. We saw Billie Holiday. We saw her sing the song once. She sung it in entirety. The first time, Dana, you saw the first time it was a partial, and then she was, pulled off the stage and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of started off in the film. They never gave. Dante Marcel Morrison, wanted to see what happened the first time she sung Strange Fruit.
Right. Because they kept saying that it was inciting riots and stuff like that, but they never showed that the song actually did that. Yeah.
But in the movie, all you're hearing or all you're seeing is white people saying, sing Strange Fruit. Right. Sing Strange Fruit. And it's white folks saying
It's white folks saying it.
So it's like when white folks are saying sing Strange Fruit, and you're saying that Strange Fruit is causing all this upheaval, where is that in the film? Again, I loved Andra Day's performance. I loved it. But I wanted the historical context so that people that may not know the whole story would understand the importance of Strange Fruit, what Strange Fruit did to those Klan members, what it did to those racist people, how it made them feel. I wanted to see Billie Holiday singing the song and you seeing just white folks turning just red with
like
rage.
flashing to other stuff.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see the impact that the song had on people. I didn't want to see the white feds because we already know the feds were crooked. That was J. Edgar Hoover's era. We already know the Hoover wasn't, he wasn't nothing. We know the feds wasn't nothing. We know all of that. We know all of that. I want to see what the song did to those racist white people that she was singing in front of. That's what I wanted to see. So when it came to the movie, that's why I said I couldn't get into the movie because it didn't go deep enough. And one thing I love about Thais, Thais Jackson, historian, Thais came on my page and was like, yo, but this is the difference between this, Lacing the Blues. I'm like, no, Thais, I agree 100%. No, Piano Man wasn't finna be in this movie. You wasn't finna see that. But the movie to me, it was about Billie Holiday. Yes. Thais, exactly. I wanted a mini-series. To me, it should have been a series like they did Madam C.J. Walker. It should have been a series talking about Strange Fruit right here. The first time she sang it, year 5 when she was singing it, then year 10 when the feds got pissed off at her singing it, and then do the whole thing about how they were just dragging her down behind this song. The movie had nothing to do with her being a heroin addict. It was all about this song. They don't care about no black woman being on heroin. They weren't tripping off that. They want that song to get out of rotation. But what they took her through as a result of her addiction, was important to know. But the song, it was the song. I wanted the song to be the meat of the movie because the song is what put Billie on the map.
Exactly. And they left it out. I think they left
it out. That's why I couldn't really get it. But that's just me. I'm not saying the movie was terrible. Like I said, Andra Day deserved that Golden Globe.
Yeah, she did.
She stripped down naked and just stood there, and she embodied Billie. I give her that. But
she lost a lot of weight for that role too. It seems like.
Huh?
She lost a lot of weight for that role too. It seems like. Yeah,
but she did great. I mean, she did. Oh. When you think about those first timers like her, and then the Jennifer Hudsons, the first time out the gate, and they kill it.
She did. Yeah.
She just put herself on the map. I think she's phenomenal. Then she beat Viola Davis, for the Golden Globe. She's the zenith right now.
And she made history. Yep.
Yeah.
So first time out the gate.
Because now that Cicely Tyson is gone, rest in peace, Queen. Viola Davis is the heir apparent. So it's like we know Viola that's next. Because I can't wait to see Viola when she's, on Broadway doing stuff and then doing stuff in her 90s and in Tyler Perry movies and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So she beat Viola. Rochelle says she lost 40 pounds and starved herself.
Yeah, she looked because she was thick.
Yeah,
I've always been an Andra Day fan. So
Yeah.
And she did a phenomenal job. Now,
Phenomenal.
I do say, if it was a different director, I think I'm not going to say any directors' names, but I think if it was a different director, what you're talking about probably would have happened, because in some of this director who I'm talking about, their films, they'll have something going on and then they'll cut to stuff, riots, stuff like that, things like that. Do the right thing.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm not. Yeah, but I'm definitely not saying. I'm not saying. It's not. Thais, yes, kind of. And it's hard to say, Thais. And I hear what you say. It's hard to say. I didn't want less heroin if they had framed the movie like it was gonna be the Billie Holiday story. If I'm making sense.
Right.
Like if it was Billy, just Billy, titled Billy, and then Strange Fruit is kind of weaved in there some kind of way, then it's like, yeah, give me the heroin, give me the men, give me the this, give me the that. But the title was Billie Holiday versus the United States. So I wanted to see more of that. We knew why the feds were so mad, because it was the race. But I want to see white America really just hating this song. But in the movie, it showed white America sing Strange Fruit.
Right. So it's showing them, you in one hand, you saying don't sing the song because all of this stuff is going on. But then you had predominantly, like you said, all European Americans sing the song.
Right.
So, but then you're trying to frame her with these drugs, and I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it yet.
Well, they know her life story. Y'all know she was a heroin addict. I mean,
but the thing about it is that song wasn't even in Lady Sings the Blues either, was it? I don't think Strange Fruit was in Lady Sings the Blues either. Thais, can you answer that?
Was it in Lady Sings the Blues? I know.
I don't think it was.
God Bless the Child.
God Bless the Child was.
Shining one in Lady Sings.
Their Eyes was.
Their Eyes.
But I don't think Strange Fruit was in Lady Sings the Blues either. And I could see why, because of course Berry Gordy and Black and all that. But
and then Diana Ross couldn't have carried it the way it needed. She, Diana Ross's voice is a little too soft for that song. That song needed that Nina Simone, that Billie Holiday craft and depth and darkness. But I don't think it was. I don't think
it wasn't. No, it wasn't. So for them to just throw it out there and dangle it in front of us without giving us more meat on why it wasn't, they didn't want it sang other than verbalizing it. I think that like you said, I agree with you. I wanted more of that as well, because they tried to frame her so much, and it's like, yo, okay, we get it. We know that she was a heroin addict. Stop putting that in our face. Stop it. We know that.
The title of the movie is the U.S. versus.
Yeah, it ain't Billie. Like you said, it's not her life story to where, okay, we see her on drugs like Billie, like Lady Sings the Blues. That was more. They pretty much did that in this movie so much. It was almost like that a little bit to some degree.
But I mean, like it wasn't a bad movie.
Not at all.
It was not a bad movie. It wasn't a bad movie. It just, I thought that the title, to me, I was looking for more from the title. I want to see more angry white people. At the end of the day, I want to see Billie really just
other than the political ones.
Yeah, exactly. And she did. I loved her the hospital scene at the end.
Yeah,
when she laughed in their face. I thought that. that was brilliant. Yeah, like y'all still didn't win because y'all ain't did nothing. I'm taking myself out. It's like, I got this. But I think, Andra Day, Sean, definitely. Andra Day was made for that role. She personified, Billie Holiday. I think she was brilliant. I think she was brilliant. She deserved that. Yep. Always lady. You're right.
Yeah.
They cater to the non-usses.
Yeah.
They play it safe. They play it safe. But
exactly.
That's all but I just found it interesting that I stated my opinion on my page on Facebook, and people were just inboxing me, but the other part of that, I have people inboxing me saying, I agree with what you said, but I can't share that on my page. What?
Why?
You can't give your own opinion on your page because people just they're scared of the feedback they may get for disagreeing with the status quo. And like me and Thais, we disagree, but we ain't finna block each other because of that. It's like, how do you grow unless you have healthy dialogue? But some people don't. They're just not built like that. I don't know. So that leads us into tonight's conversation, Dana. Fear. All right, so fear. So the question for tonight, everybody, yeah, Billy lived a rough life. The question for tonight, we're talking about fear. So if you're not afraid to just share some things you fear, in the comment section, share it. And I gave some examples at the top of the show, fear getting old, fear being broke, fear being alone, fear being unloved, fear of not being married, fear of not having kids, fear of not getting your high school your diploma or college degree, whatever. What are your fears? What are your fears? Let's talk about it. So Dana, what are some of yours?
Man, I ain't scared of nothing, man.
So fear of honesty,
right.
fear of being truthful, fear of transparency.
You know what? One of my fears is not being here to see my children grow up, my sons. I hear and I've heard these stories a lot where people say, they're like, my parent died when I was like 12 or 11 and stuff like that. So I think that's one of my fears. I'm not afraid of passing away because we all have to, but I think that's one of my biggest. That's like my biggest is not being here to see them get married, have children, and things like that. Especially with this pandemic, man, you never know. So that's like my greatest fear, like stuff like that. And I'm scared of what else? I'm scared of mice. I'm scared of rats. Are you? Can you tell? Are you? Are you scared of rats? Yeah. And you know what it is? We could probably smack. I think it's because they move so fast, and that's the scary part. Is because they just move so fast. I'm not scared of it, but when it moves, it's just like, oh shit!
It just they dart.
So I think that's what it is. I'm scared of that part of it. What else?
I want to get this one. So Clarence,
go ahead.
He's watching on YouTube, and Clarence said, "Fear of never finding my purpose in life," and that's huge. That's a big one. It's a lot of people walking around, and you can ask them, so what's your purpose? Why are you here? What are you designed to do? And they can be like, I think I should be doing this, or I think I should be doing that, or they shrug. But you know what I have realized? That it's a lot of people who actually are living in their purpose, but they don't think they are because they're not being validated. And they're not being affirmed. And I think it's so important that we begin to affirm each other. I love what you said during the Dana drop. Honestly, going back to that, when you said, you do what you do and I do what I do. And your only competition is yourself. And I think because we have such a problem with giving people kudos and pats on the back, people just don't know if they're doing a good job or if they're in their lane or if they're doing what they should be doing. But it's a lot of positive folks out there that are making a difference, but because we're not telling them, they don't know it. I
think that's a lot that happens a lot in the African American community, though. We don't give people their props because we're either, I'm just saying we're jealous of them or hating or whatever, and you may not even be hating directly, but it's some form of jealousy, some form of hate or whatever when you don't congratulate somebody or who they think they are. I could have got that, if I would have did it this way, or if I would have, stuff like that. Crabs in the barrel pulling each other down. Right. So I see that and I always go back to this, even in the music industry, it's like we don't support each other. Our old bands and stuff. Like I said, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and them, they can't even probably fill up the Savoy. But then you got, U2 and Aerosmith and them filling up stadiums because they support each other.
Right. And I'm looking at these comments are powerful. Adina Ross said, I like that finding purpose is a good one. Right. Agreeing with Clarence Lester. Mind you, me, Clarence, and Adina, we all grew up together since junior high school. What's up, Carson? But then Daryl Walter said, fear of not being successful in life. And I think that's a good one as well, because it really boils down to how do you define success? To me, because I know Daryl, I think Daryl is very successful. I think Daryl is doing what Daryl wants to do. Daryl is staying true to himself. Daryl is making sure that his name is always in good standing with people. I think Daryl is a success. But if you were to ask Daryl, now that I know this, Daryl probably saying, man, I'm not really a success, but I'm like, but on the outside looking in, to me, you are successful. You know, you are successful to me. You know,
a lot of that comes from because I believe, and he probably chime in with this. We are our own worst critics.
Mhm.
We will tear ourselves down and talk ourselves out of anything. Do you know how many times I've talked myself out of buying stuff? I've talked myself out of buying stuff. So I don't need that. Knowing that I need it. I don't need to book this air flight to go. The flight is $45 round trip.
to Europe.
Right, to Europe. And you know, I don't need to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just our worst critics. So you can look at Daryl and say, Daryl, I see you doing good things.
Mhm.
And even with me, you know, that song may be great. And I should be like, it could be better. But here comes my Grammy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. And then Lucky just chimed in. Hey, Lucky.
Fear
of not doing enough. Fear of not doing enough. So then what we end up doing is running ourselves ragged. We run ourselves ragged trying to do everything because we have not categorized those things that are important, and we've not categorized those things that kind of take priority. You know, sometimes we'll be doing stuff that's really irrelevant. It's really not even a part of our purpose, you know, and we just load stuff on our plate. But that's when it comes to creating healthy boundaries for yourself. Healthy boundaries for yourself, because then you can have healthy boundaries for others, and they know where the line is drawn. You know, where the line is drawn. Lucky, I feel you on that. Fear of not doing enough. So you run yourself ragged, trying to do everything for everybody because you have this fear of letting people down. Lucky, stop that. Stop that, Lucky. Stop that right now.
Come on, look at your name.
Yeah, Lucky. Now, Lucky, I'm going to text you every day. Lucky, stop. Just stop. Right. Clarence Lester chimed back in and said, people think you hating when you try to give good advice.
Yep.
Spot on. They think you hate it when you try to give good advice because you're like, so I'm like, Dana, so you wrote that song, but have you thought of changing this one word? You ain't even no songwriter, man. Shut up. I write songs. All
That's
right.
what I mean. I would really say that to you too.
You really would.
No, just like
all right. And when that shit go wood, don't get mad at me. I told you that word don't make no sense right there. Exactly. Phoenicia said fear of procrastination. Now, that's amazing to hear from Dr. Phoenicia Mwepo, who was on the Donta show last week. Phoenicia Mwepo and her husband, Larry Mwepo, they are influencers. They push people to the next level. They make people, you know, pursue their dreams. And then they see her type, fear of procrastination. So, Dr. Mwepo, does that kind of tie in with Lucky said, a fear of just not doing everything? You know, so how does that go? You know, how does that go? And that it's important. So y'all unpack these fears.
Let's go.
Fears. What's up, Trey? Trey Thomas. What's up, Trey? Fashionista extraordinaire. Cocktail party. I miss you, Trey. So you got to think about all this. Think about the stuff that you are fearing. If we begin to unpack it, and realize, what are we really fearing? And I'm talking about this because literally my father's death has shifted my life. It has shifted my outlook on certain things. And like Dana said, you put stuff off. Like, I'll do that next year, or I'll do that next month. And I'm looking like, well, I put off stuff that I could have did with my dad, you know, and now my dad is gone. So it's like, I'm not putting off nothing. We have one life to live. We are all on stage right now. This is not a dress rehearsal. We are performing right now. We're in it. We're in the moment. Life is the moment. How do you want to live it? What do you really want to do? You know, what do you want to do that you're just scared of doing because the opinions and the voices of others have chimed in and said, that's never going to work.
Right.
That's never going to work. You know, so come on, Dana, chime in.
I mean, I'm just agreeing with you, man, because like you said, you can somebody could tell you something and you can and again, it's never going to work. It's never going to do this, or you're never going to be this. And sometimes it starts within as a child, you know, especially maybe in a single mother house when your mother tell you ain't worth nothing. You just like your daddy, you know, and that stuff may stick with that child throughout his life, and he may grow up always thinking that he will never amount to anything or never be anything just because, or then it may be the flip side. He may want to try to prove his mother wrong and become, the best of everything. But again, certain things you say and you put in the universe and you put out there, that stuff is real. That stuff stays with people and it stays on their heart and mind. And they remember that, you said these things, and, a lot of people are sometimes, I fear telling people what I'm getting ready to do, because just like, now this is going to be somebody, this could preach right here. You sometimes, just like you have people praying for you, you have people praying against you. Okay. That'll preach. You could use that, Donta. So, or I may use it, but again, just like, you put out there, because I move in silence. I never really let people know what I have going on, because you have people that pray against you and you have people that pray for you. And that stuff gets out into the universe, and it can affect I'm a believer in that. That stuff gets out, and what you say, out of your mouth, you know it. So
life and death, power of the tongue.
Yeah. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's real talk. I want to hit this one. John San Juan, my frat brother. He said on YouTube, and this one is deep. I used to have this fear of being alone or accepted. I had nightmares of no one showing up to my funeral as I was in the box. I used to have that same fear. I used to be like, that's going to be really sad if I die and nobody come to my funeral. Or like, do people even like me? Do they like me enough to come to my funeral? And I, because I'm such a control freak, my therapist told me this, I got to work on this. I'm such a control freak that when I die, I want to be able to go to my funeral to make sure that everything is done right. That's how much of a control freak I am. I want to even get control of my funeral, which is impossible. But I think a lot of people have that fear, am I liked? Do people like me? And that's a huge fear. And Latrice, you're one of the blessed ones. If you don't have any fears, ! Sis, you are blessed, because that's not the story for the majority. The majority of people do have some kind of underlying fear. They have something that they are fearful of. But bless God that you don't have to deal with that. But for a lot of us, self-included, we have fears that hinder us in certain aspects of our life. But and like Dana said, that was deep, dude. They're praying on you, praying for you, or praying on you. P-R-A-Y, P-R-E-Y. Both are pray.
I need that shout thing, Kwame. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Clarence Lester just chimed in. Get it. Don't stop. Don't stop. Make sure they're praying for you.
Yeah.
Clarence said he can relate to you, Dana. He says, I can relate to what Dana said about dying before your kids grow up. My dad died when I was 11 and he was 44. I had that fear of dying at 44 all the way up until I turned 45. I know a lot of people that have that same testimony. When the age their parents passed away, if they were young, they are nervous as they climb the steps to get to that age and don't really exhale until they pass that age. Like, okay, I made it. Patti LaBelle talks about that all the time when she says, my sisters, they all died at a certain age of cancer. So she had this fear that she was going to, contract cancer at a certain age. And when she passed that hurdle, she was like, wow, I made it, and that's an exhale. But tonight, Village, the main thing, we got 10 minutes left. The main thing that I want us to all start doing is to check in on each other.
Yes.
It's so important. What's up, Derek? Hit 10.
I say it all the time.
Check in, right? Check in on each other, because a lot of the stuff that we fear, if we just had a safe space to talk about those fears with a healthy spirited person that can say, yo, let's walk through this. Let's unpack this. Let's take the time to really dialogue about this. And me and Dana always talk about the importance of communication. We talk about, barbershop conversation is great. It's about female sports money. But at some point, we got to have these real deep conversations about, what are you fearful of? What are you concerned about? Dana's like, I don't want to miss my kids growing up. That's a rational fear. People are like, I don't want to die alone. I want to meet, my soulmate. I want to help meet a mate, period. That's a reasonable fear, but it's important that we check in with each other. And for the last, I think since February 6th, the day my dad died, I have been terrible with answering my phone because everybody's been calling to check on me. And I know it's out of love. It's from a place of concern and care. But when anytime somebody calls me to check on me, it's a reminder that my dad.
Yes. I understand that. Yeah.
I look at the phone like,
Yeah.
God, here was another check-in. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm fine.
Yeah.
But it's a reminder. So if you've been calling me and haven't been answering, that's why. I apologize. I love you.
I totally agree with that.
It's a reminder that my dad is gone. So it's like, thank you for checking on me. Leave a voicemail. I'll listen later. But it's really about checking in with each other and making sure folks are okay.
Yep.
Folks are okay because everybody is dealing with something.
Yep.
Everybody. I don't care what level it may be on. Everybody is dealing with something.
Yes.
All right. My dad was 72, Derek. My dad was 72. Everybody's dealing with something. Everybody got something going on, and everybody would love to have a positive, affirming ear, to talk to as they go through. All right. Especially in this season. A lot of us, we have 2020 trauma. 2020 traumatized us. We are never going to forget about what happened in 2020 ever. 2020 is the year that's going to go down in infamy. It is that year. And we are still dealing with 2020 trauma. So it's so important, like Dana says, every show to check in with each other. All right. So we got about 6 minutes left. Real quick, I want to let you know about a COVID testing opportunity. If you all know me, you know I am a church kid at heart. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Hallelujah. So I go to Church One Ministries in Long Beach, California, and every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, my church provides free COVID-19 testing to anybody, free COVID-19 testing from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday, and from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. If you would like to get a free COVID test, you can just RSVP pre-register at, I think it's on there, AECEC-Church 1, or just call the church office, 562-633-2515, 562-633-2515. All right, get your free COVID test. My church is in Long Beach, right on the border of Paramount, Compton, by Long Beach, Jordan. So we in the heart. We in the streets of Long Beach. All right. So I'll make sure to do that. All right, y'all. So we had a question of the day. We'll run out of time. We'll do the question of the day on tomorrow. Okay. Thais, I don't want nobody to put you in Shady Pines either. Thais, you will live with me before I allow you to go to Shady Pines. You will not go to Shady Pines. I will be the Dorothy to your Sophia. You have my word on that. Period. All right, Dana, what's your stuff, man? Oh, hold on, we gotta do the commercial.
Ladies, he just said my name once.
Ladies, it's time for the Donta Show commercial. Y'all don't tune out. Check out the Donta Show commercial. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Boom.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. Before we get into it, do me a favor. If you are on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, hit that share button so people can see what the fuss is all about. Don't worry if it's the end of the show. They can catch the replay. We're trying to spread the love instead of spreading the lies, y'all. All right, let's get into it. Did you know that our boy Donta Morrison is a best-selling author? Do you like smut? Yes, smut. Well, these books are filled with it. Check out The End of the Rainbow, followed by the sequel, Yesterday Clarified. You can get them on Amazon, or if you are tired of giving Jeff Bezos the time of day, you can visit www.dontamorrison.com, where, in fact, you will find out more about the motivational, inspirational, hilarious host known as Donta, Mr. Morrison if you're nasty. He is not only the host of TDS, he is a public health advocate, motivational speaker, and community change agent. Articles, interviews, blogs, podcasts, vlogs, and more. You name it, and Donta has done it. Speaking of vlogs, have you subscribed to the Donta Show YouTube? Now, every villager should be subscribed. The more the channel grows, the bigger TDS messaging becomes. It's really simple. Go to www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. And also, did you want to be a guest on the Donta Show? Or do you want to book Donta or Dana on your platform? Stop. Don't inbox him, don't email him, or even call him. You know what you need to do? Go ahead and open your handy dandy smartphone or Wi-Fi enabled device and send an email to info@pyromedianetwork.com and request your presence on the show. It's 2021, y'all, and Donta and Dana has got management. So, let's conduct business. Speaking of management, the Donta Show is produced by Pyro Media Network. We are a Black-owned digital marketing and video production agency helping businesses and brands make an impact with their message. We also help businesses navigate what we call the biggest communication shift in over 500 years, social media. So, if you have a business, brand, or influence, and you want to take it to the next level, contact us today. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope
Hey, Dana, closing comments, fam. Closing comments.
Yo. I want y'all to do a favor and go follow me on Instagram at DNA716. Again, on Instagram at DNA716. And you can see a little bit of what I got going on because I don't post much. I move in silence like a ninja. But what you know what we got to do? We got to spread love.
Instead of spreading lies.
We got to spread love, baby.
Instead of spreading lies.
Okay. Hey, like I say all the time, make sure you check on somebody to make sure that they're okay, even if you think they're doing fine. A simple text, email, phone call, letter, card, hello, hi, smile, goes FaceTime. It goes a long way, especially in this time. Suicide is real. Depression is real. Please check on someone. Let them know that they're being thought about and they're cared. And if you love them, truly mean it when you say it. Tell them that you love them like we love y'all. And it ain't a darn thing that y'all can do about it. Ha ha.
And I am your boy, Donta Morrison. Follow me on Instagram, Donta_Morrison on Instagram. And I will follow you back. You know, I'm not on there a lot, but I'm on there enough. All right. So follow me on IG. Follow me on Facebook. You already are, Donta Morrison. Follow the Donta Show on Facebook. It's on there too. But make sure to follow the Donta Show on YouTube. www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. All right. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, village. Most importantly, without y'all, there'd be no Donta Show. Just know that myself and Dana, every single week, you guys just give us what we need to keep pushing. And we appreciate y'all for being a part of the village and just rolling with us. We're back on tomorrow night. We have a special guest on tomorrow night. Check out the promos that are going to be released by Pyro Media Network. So tomorrow night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Donta and Dana is back live right in front of you. So make sure to check us out. We love y'all. We mean it. Stay safe. We're still in a pandemic. Cover that mouth. Wash them hands. Social distance. Do what you got to do. The rates are dropping. They are dropping, but we still got to be safe and do our part. All right, y'all. And don't forget, go get tested. Church One Ministry, 700 East 70th Street, Long Beach, California, 90805, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. All right, y'all. Take care. God bless. Love you much.
Peace.